Well, obviously, compared to the Prime Minister, Rahul Gandhi is not as great a parliamentary performer. But given that he had been out of Parliament for the last 4 months, since March, this was a return performance. It was impressive, I think, given that he's been away from the Parliament, and this is a very important motion, the no confidence motion in the government. And I think his performance in Parliament and the fact that he's now back in Parliament will be a shot in the arm for the opposition, and particularly for his party, for the Congress Party.
Yes. It seems that, given the strength of the BJP and the difficulty of trying to suppress the opposition, they've sort of come together in a group. Tell us how they are now made up, the opposition.
Well, this is interesting because the opposition in India since the last election has been very fragmented. The Congress Party didn't do very well, and we've seen that now opposition has tried to unite. They formed a coalition of about 26 political parties. And interestingly, this coalition is called the India Coalition. It's an acronym. It's not, after the country. But Prime Minister Modi was quite irritated by the fact that the opposition is able to use the name of the country as an acronym for the opposition. So I think the real test of the opposition is going to be whether they are able to maintain this unity in the lead up to the elections next year. Elections are due by May next year, and opposition, first of all, has to maintain that unity. And if they can maintain the unity, then, of course, the ultimate test will be the performance in the 2024 election. These are very disparate parties. These are parties very different in terms of ideology, in terms of their regional and local allegiances. Many of them, in fact, are regional parties, different parts of the country. So it's going to be a real test of opposition unity. But the fact is that they are united in their opposition to the BJP government, to the Modi government. And therefore, it is possible that they will stick together until the next election.
Yes, indeed.
But ultimate test, as I said, is in the actual election in 2024.
How, you talked about the importance of this no confidence motion. I mean, it's not likely to succeed, but how important is it? How damaging could it be to Narendra Modi just having this debate in Parliament?
I don't think it'll be particularly damaging to Prime Minister Modi. In fact, he's just been speaking. He's actually speaking now in Parliament to this motion. And he's been ridiculing the opposition. He's a very good speaker. And he's been attacking the opposition. He's been talking about the record of his own party. And in fact, he said that every time the opposition brings a no confidence motion, and the last time this happened was in 2018, he says every time the opposition brings a no confidence motion, it is like a blessing to us. It's auspicious for the BJP. And he says at the next election, BJP is going to break all records and win with an even bigger majority. Now, we don't know whether that's going to happen, but certainly this is the boast that he's making. So I don't think this motion is going to really weaken his position.
Yeah.
By all indications, he's likely to win the next election.
And Pradeep, of course, Rahul Gandhi's conviction has only been suspended. There is still some possibility that he could be disqualified.
Yeah, the Supreme Court has asked the court in Gujarat, which sentenced him to 2 years. They said, you haven't explained why 2 years, because 2 years is the term at which you get disqualified. So they said the court in Gujarat did not explain why they gave him 2 years, not more, not less, why 2 years. So the court in Gujarat has to go back and reconsider this decision. So, but again, if he's again disqualified, or if he's again convicted, then he can go back to the Supreme Court again.
Yeah. One to watch. Quite fascinating. Good to have you on, Pradeep. Thanks so much.
Good to talk to you, Beverly.